everyone. I just wanted to make a quick statement about this new gal with a ridiculous, let me sit down, handlebar mustache, who has come out as the face of the trans sporting movement. I believe she competes in some sort of triathlon type of situation, type of deal, which, as you will note, is not a contact sport. Yeah. So she's going to be on the Olympic team, and isn't she stunning and brave? Well, here's what she has done. She has put a harmless little female face on the trans taking over women's and girls' sports. Because sure, a woman can compete against a man without any bad effects for the men involved. I'm sure she's not going to win very many of her triathlon races, although maybe we have an advantage in swimming. I really don't know. But she's throwing every high school girl track athlete under the bus. She's throwing every female rugby player under the bus. She's throwing every female weightlifter, every bicyclist, and every soccer player under the bus to get her bona fides. And she has a I'm just going to get personal here. She has a ridiculous handlebar and mustache, which must have taken her a lot of fucking hormones to grow. But it still don't look real, honey, and you still look like a girl. And I would clock you from 100 paces away. Hi, everybody. Thanks to Radical Ramblings for letting us know that that vote on the Equality Act is coming up, and she had some great ways to contact your senators. I called both of my senators and left messages, and I guess I'll just kind of say what I said to them. Oop. You can't be in here, baby. This isn't chicken space. In case it helps anybody. So those of you that are familiar already, I don't even know if this will be useful to you, but anyway. JC's special. She could come in, huh? Get out of here. All right. So what I said was, you know, as a constituent and an old lefty from way back and a married lesbian, I just feel like the senators may not be aware of the ramifications of passing this Equality Act legislation when it comes to the sex-based rights of girls and women. Let's especially think about prisons and women's shelters, where you have the most vulnerable female populations. There's already been attacks on these women by male-bodied men in these spaces, and they really don't need that on top of their sentences and their trauma. Women have a right to safety, privacy, dignity. We have a right to sex-based separation in sports. Again, with our most vulnerable populations are losing out in states like Connecticut to these scholarships to more male-bodied people. And on a personal note, as an old lesbian, I am watching young lesbians get told that they're, that they need to have surgery or take hormones in order to change their bodies because they're gender non-conforming lesbians, so they must really be trans men. And that's just, I would really appreciate it if we could not wipe out the entire generation of young lesbians with this harmful ideology. So that's what I said. Kind of went on long, and I was running out of room on the tapes. So I hope everybody has a great day. Please do call, text, email, whatever your preferred method of communication is. And have a great day. Bye. I heard Vanessa got banned after her last live stream. I was there, but it's a younger crowd, so I wasn't really saying anything in the chat, and I saw it get kind of invaded by the, I don't know what they were, betards of some sort, that kept spamming the chat, and I'm sure she was brigaded and removed. But, just goes to show they can't win this case on its merits. They have to shut us up by any means necessary. So I guess anyone else, any of you other women with a voice, if you feel like using it, you know, you don't have to show yourself or disguise your voice if you want. Just Stacey Ann Chin once hollered at Mishfest, "Speak, woman, speak!" Don't be afraid to speak out. And another incel did another set of killings in, what was it last time, Boulder? When I was last in Boulder, oh my god, it was literally a million years ago, but it wasn't this crazy religious, it was like a bunch of hippies, really. It was a lot more laid back. I don't know what's happened. The same thing that's happened to the rest of America, I guess. Anyway, that, and of course the misogynist killing of all the women at the massage parlors. I'm sure the fetishization of Asian women as, you know, willing sex servants had nothing to do with it. Males in your fucking porn, you lefty males. Maybe, you know, put it together. And I just want to say, here's something that'll probably get me banned. So the guy that killed everybody in Atlanta was a Christian, right? That was his problem. And then the guy that killed everybody in Boulder was a Muslim. That was his problem. Well, I mean, they were both male incels, right? On the scale of religions, me personally, as a woman in IT, I much preferred working with Muslim dudes because they were fucking polite. Always polite. And after that would be fucking Christians. I worked for a Promise Keeper once, and that was super fucking fun. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. They used to go to stadiums and have like self-congratulatory jerk-off sessions about how the male's the head of the family. So imagine working for a dude like that at your job. That was super fun. And then my least favorite dudes to work with, Orthodox Jew guys. Reform, no problem, whatever. They're probably up there with the Muslims. But the Orthodox, check this out. One time, I don't read up on everybody's crazy Abrahamic religion, ins and outs, weird fetishes, so I wasn't aware of this. But I went to an event, and one of the dudes that I was going to be working with was Orthodox. You could tell because they wear the funny outfits. And we were meeting him and shaking his hand, went down the line. When he got to me, he refused to shake my hand and humiliated me by saying, well, the only woman that I touch is my wife. Which, way to fucking fetishize me as your fucking little, as a person in IT, I'm there to be a brain on a stick, is how I always put it, right? It doesn't fucking matter what I look like or where I'm located or anything. It doesn't matter because you want me for my brain. So he essentially like fetishized me as some perverted sex object while refusing to treat me like he treated the rest of his coworkers, which, could have easily been solved by just not shaking anyone's hands, right? Like equal treatment. That would have been totally cool and I would have got down with that. And I believe that's probably how some of my Muslim dudes did it, right? You're just not getting handsy with anybody. That's fine. And now, that was a million years ago. But in the age of COVID, that's probably how it's going to go, right? Like, do you think he'll be able to elbow bump us? Or will that get him all hot and heavy too? Hard to say. Anyway, so yeah, my least favorite is Orthodox. So I did some reading after that shabby treatment. And I found out that if a woman is having her period and sits down on a piece of furniture, they're like not allowed to sit on that piece of furniture. And I almost went to work, I worked from home for like 15 years. I almost was motivated to go to work while I was having my period just to sit on this fucking chair. And then somehow mention it later in conversation. But alas, I am more lazy than I am vengeful, so I never did that. But yeah, that's my story about religious fanatic incel fucks. Good morning, everybody. The girls are about to wake up and I have to put them out, but I just wanted to take a couple minutes and say that I am having the best freaking time reading all this super straight, super lesbian, super gay, super bi stuff on Twitter and YouTube and other places. Oh my God, it's a riot. And I can't tell you how relieved I am that the straights seem to be clear that this ain't, the whole twans cult thing isn't us. And it's now the LGBS umbrella. Yay, supers. I see a lot of superphobic people out there accusing us of being, horrible people. And I wanted to make something really clear for those who may wander by and not get it. Lesbians are not doing to twans what used to be done to us. Those two things are not equal at all. Here's the difference. As a lesbian, and I've said this before, I don't care if you don't want to sleep with me. In fact, that's good. I'm not here for you. I'm not trying to... this one's funny because you always get told as a lesbian, how unattractive you are to men. I'm not trying to be attractive to men. I'm trying to be attractive to women, specifically at this point in my life. My wife, and she thinks I'm very attractive. So that's all I need. I don't care if anybody doesn't want to sleep with me ever. That's good. Good. Pronouns. I don't care. I don't care if you call me sir. I don't really get called sir because I have big boobs. But, I don't care. If you were to call me sir, I don't care if you call me he. I don't care. Because who I am is within me. It's generated from within me. It's not generated from ass pats I get from people on the internet. I'm not trying to prevent the twans from having any jobs. Unless they're specifically meant to be, jobs for women. I'm sitting on the controller now, bear with me. Unless they're specifically meant to be jobs for women, in which case, get the fuck out. I'm not trying to put myself in spaces like, I don't know, a gay campground that is for gay men. I'm not trying to put myself in those spaces because that would be inappropriate for me to push my way in there. The twans don't seem to understand that when it comes to women's spaces and women's sports and women's campgrounds. We are not allowed to have any of that. Lesbians don't do that. We could give a fuck. Go on, gay boys. Go do your thing over there. Like, good. Go do it. Have fun. Just don't send us any pictures of it. It's so different. No one is saying that twans shouldn't have all the rights. They can already get married. The gay marriage thing never affected them because they're fucking a bunch of hets. The dudes that want to dress up as women and then force lesbians to be in sexual relationship with, those are het dudes, okay? And the gay twans, okay, we got gay marriage. We're all set. There's nothing that we need. I've said this before, like, now it would be cool to have, job protections. That would be nice. But aside from that, really, I would like for the ERA to be passed for women. Like, this whole pushing ideology, like pushing people to want to be no, lesbians are a very select group. Twans want everybody to be twans. They're trying to twans everybody. They're like the Borg. They are like the Borg. No, lesbians are a select group, and honestly, we'd like to keep it that way. We are a very small club, and it's good for us. So go on, super straights. I think it's hilarious that first they came for the lesbians and no one gave a shit because it's lesbians, and woman hating is always popular with the right and the left. And now I'm waiting to see all the woke bras on the Twitch and on the YouTube, whether they're going to have anything to say about the super straights, because it's safe to come after the lesbians and no one says anything. But when you come, and for the gay men, there's going to be some pushback. But when they come for the straight guys, your little game is over. Your little game is over. And I'm so grateful to the straights for one, not conflating us with the twans and understanding the difference. I don't know why I don't understand how the T got in the LGB in the first place. I guess I should read my history, but one, for not conflating us with them, and two, for just for saying no and pointing out the ridiculousness of it and twisting it all back on them, because it's what they deserve. It's more than they deserve, really, but anyway, that's my thoughts on the Super Straight. I am having the best time, just giggling like a fiend. I sat here last night and read Consuelo like an hour's worth of Twitter because it's just so fucking funny. So thank you. We love you. You're very special. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Super lesbian. Hashtag super lesbian. Watch yourself. Okay, there you go. So I step on the chickens. I guess we should talk about the Equality Act passing. I have to admit, I couldn't bear to watch the vote yesterday because I knew what was going to happen, and I can't be on these lefty channels cheering on what is literally the beginning of The Handmaid's Tale. Did you all just see the movie or the show, whatever it was, or did anybody read the fucking book? This is how it starts. I don't know about the show, but by taking away these rights of women, and that's what's happening. I see also that the Biden administration has withdrawn themselves from the Connecticut track team case where the Trump administration, through some miracle multi-dimensional fuckery that must have happened, I don't know, was protecting the girls, and now we're not doing that anymore as a government. We knew, hey baby girl, we knew that they were going to do this to us. We knew this would happen. It appears, and I did watch the Rand Paul questioning of, we'll call him Benjamin Franklin to be nice. And if anybody doesn't know about this guy, I hear that he was a pediatrician, which makes me fucking sick to my stomach. Imagine taking your child to this person. Oh my God. Anyway, I watched Rand Paul questioning Ben Franklin, and Ben Franklin's responses were, as I told Lisa Michelle, evasive, robotic. Obviously, he did not give a fuck about Carabelle. And here's something that I think, these dudes, most of them, the AGP types, there's a lot of fetishes that these men develop over their lives, and a lot of them are pretty nasty, including pedophilia. I'm not saying he personally is a pedophile. However, I don't really have an explanation for why you wouldn't care about Carabelle's case unless the destruction of young women, especially young women, young men too, we always think of jazz, their bodies and their complete castration and being left to never ever being able to develop normally and have an adult sex life when they're adults. That is a feature for pedophiles. It is not a bug. That destruction of the youth, the devastation of their minds, the breaking of their minds, that's pedophilia, y'all. I mean, we've known this, right? But it's just like watching him sit up there in his fucking wig. What the fuck? And not even answer the questions about Kira. And let us never forget, fuck you to Ellen Page, who decided to do her stunt the same fucking day, thus erasing any attention that Kira Bell might have got for her case. Way to go, Kira. You're a fucking hero to me, and I know lots of other women. You're a fucking hero, and I thank you. And there will come a time, hopefully soon, when the rest of the world starts to see the devastation that we see, and I don't really have a lot of hope for men, because I think they are really enjoying this ability to scream at old women and call us whatever names, calling my friends unempathetic, and I've been called a Nazi and worse, right? I think they enjoy that. They really do. Just waiting for the rest of the women to wake up as to what this actually is. We must have somebody on the nest today, huh? Let's go have a peek.